My 22F boyfriend, 29M of 19 months, is furious because my brother, 24M, spent the night after going out clubbing with me. He's angry that I let another man stay over, and I don't know how to react to this situation. So my brother and I live in different parts of our country and only really see each other once every few months. He was going to be in my town from last Wednesday until Saturday evening. So we made plans to go clubbing on Friday night with some friends of mine. We hung out and came home around 4, and I only have one bed in my apartment, so my brother crashed on my couch. We both woke up a few hours later, grabbed lunch, and went to the airport, and my brother headed back over to where he lives. After that, he sent me a text when his flight got in safely, and that was it. Now my boyfriend and I don't live together, but I stay at his place quite often, or he'll stay at mine. He usually works 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, and he came home yesterday morning, so naturally I was pretty excited to see him. I picked him up and we came back to my place. Afterward, while chatting, I mentioned that my brother spent the night at my place, and he got kind of weird. I kind of prodded him to tell me what was up because for the life of me I couldn't figure what would cause him to go so quiet and sullen when just 5 minutes before we were having a flowing conversation. He told me it was nothing, so I left it, and then later I asked him again because he was still in a bad mood. He said that he didn't like the idea of another man staying at my place regardless of who it is, and that it will not be happening in future. I got really confused here because it's my brother sleeping on my couch for one night after we hung out. It's not some stranger or hell, even a guy friend of ours. It's my brother. I laughed it off and said, "You can't be serious. You have to be joking," and he got really angry and left my place. Last night I got an angry text saying that as his girlfriend I have to respect his wishes, and while I get respecting what your so wants, compromise, the works, isn't this ridiculous? I responded asking him why my brother sleeping on my couch was so bad, and he said it just was, and that a proper girlfriend doesn't let other men stay over alone with her, and that it's incredibly disrespectful to him. More confusion from me because again, this isn't some dude I brought home. It's my brother. I tried talking to him after this, but I got a message saying we'll talk when he's composed himself. What am I to do? I really love my boyfriend, but this is just confusing, and I don't know how to react. Also, I should note I've never had any other guys alone at my place. Literally only my boyfriend, apart from my brother, has ever been with me alone there. The only other time guys have been there have been if I have a small group get-together, and that is quite rare. TL. Dr. brother from out of town slept on my couch after we went clubbing. BF came home yesterday and got very angry when I told him about it. Relevant comments. This is show internet. If your boyfriend is mad about your brother crashing on your couch after late-night clubbing, he's got his priorities all wrong. I'd like to know why he's so upset over your brother staying. Another man, sure that'd be understandable, but it's interesting he's angry about families staying in your apartment. OOP. I don't even know why. I've asked him that several times and all he says is that he doesn't like me having other men over, and it's very disrespectful to him. This is show internet. Disrespectful to him. Had he considered how disrespectful he is to you by trying to tell you that you can't have family at your own apartment? Personally, I'd be out of that relationship/situation. I'm not down with people trying to tell me who I can and cannot be around if they're family. Or there needs to be a conversation about what boundaries he's allowed to set and the expectations of him. Edit. Okay, so my boyfriend and I have been texting the past hour or so. He sent me a hey, and I was kind of in a pissy mood after he brushed me off last night, so I simply replied with, "Are you ready to talk?" He replied, "Okay." And so I asked him what the deal was with my brother sleeping on the couch. He's not some random guy from a bar. He's not even a guy friend. He's more than that. He's my brother. I grew up with him. There is absolutely no reason for him to worry or freak out in that situation because it's my brother of all people. There is literally nothing threatening in that situation. Not physically towards me or to our relationship. His response: "I just am not comfortable with that. I know it's your brother, but I think there are boundaries that should be in place. Why didn't he got back to the friend's place he stayed at on Wednesday and Thursday?" My response: "You're not answering my question and just telling me what you told me last night, me. Also, my apartment was closer to the club than his friend's place." Him: "We've been together for some time now, and I think that as a couple, it looks bad when you let other guys stay over regardless of who they are to you. I would never do something to you like that, and I think it's only fair that you reciprocate that. It's hard to explain things because I know you can't see them from my perspective." Him: "Con it. You shouldn't really need other guys so close with you. Why couldn't you just put your brother in a cab and send him on his way just like we normally do with all our other friends? Anyway, I have a meeting now. I'll talk to you later. Enjoy your day, babe. Bye. Edit 2. Uggy ejexisals. Everyone, I don't even know how the hell to react right now. This is the first time he's ever acted like this. He's met my brother before, and they've always gotten along well. So, against better judgment, I did not immediately break up with my boyfriend. I tried convincing myself it was a one-time thing. Maybe he was just having a rough patch, and I tried pushing it down. I did tell my brother what happened, and he replied saying he'd always thought my boyfriend and him were cool with each other at the very least. He then told me my boyfriend is being nuts, and if I need to crash for a few days, I could come on up to his end. So the rest of the week remained tense with my boyfriend, but closer to the weekend, it was relaxed-ish. We went on a date, hung out with some friends at a bar together, and yet for the life of me, I couldn't figure out reasons for his outburst. So on Sunday, I asked him again, now that you seem in a better mood, would it be so bad if I asked what was up last week? And once again, mood went from friendly and relaxed to Arctic. He simply asked me if I had to keep bringing up bullshit when we were doing okay again. I got pretty angry at him and told him to leave my apartment. Since Sunday, I've been stewing and just looking back at our relationship. Sure, I have my friends, but we hang with them much less. The ones we do hang out with are more his friends and people that he is cool with being with. It was rough, but looking back on it, I started seeing controlling behavior from him that I'd never taken up on duty either, just being head over heels and willing to compromise on everything, and by compromise I mean roll over and give up. We talked last night, and I gave him an ultimatum, something I never expected to give in any relationship. Either you sit and try to talk this out with me like a rational person, no bullshit answers and no dodging questions, or we break up. Instead of having a conversation, he broke down and started telling me I was the best thing he's ever had, and that he has issues that he can't even begin to explain, and that he doesn't want to lose me. Now, I'm sorry if this is the part that makes me seem like a bitch, but it wasn't the answer I wanted or deserved, not when I'd been the one rolling over and giving him whatever throughout our entire relationship. So I told him that it was best if we didn't see each other anymore, and that he should leave my apartment. He left and spent almost 2 hours just sitting in his car in front of my place before leaving when it was close to 12. So, yeah, we broke up. I admit I feel more saddened than relieved, so I'm hoping I don't do something stupid like drunk dial him or call him over because I'm lonely or something like that. But yeah, we're not together anymore. It sucks, but it had to be done. TLDR, we broke up after me realizing he'd been subtly controlling from early on and him not taking the one chance I'd given him to talk things out. Relevant comments. Beer and crumpets. I don't think you were being a bitch. I think you opted out of being manipulated. He was trying to pull your strings and you didn't let him, which I think was a solid choice. Well done. Epichuntars. Right on the nose. He was going to tell Opie what she wanted to hear, so she'd stay with him. And he'd never actually change.